Begin by getting comfortable, letting your body adjust in any way you want to. Just letting yourself get more comfortable. If you want to move your body, rub your face, doing that now. Now allowing yourself to turn your attention inwards. Just beginning to settle into yourself. You don't need to change anything about the way you're being, the way you're feeling. Just beginning to settle into yourself, just the way you are. Good. Just let your awareness rest on the rhythm of your breathing. Now on the next inhale, beginning to open the eyes. And on the exhale, closing the eyes. Inhale, opening the eyes. Exhale, closing the eyes. And just keep doing that. Breathing in, opening the eyes. Breathing out, closing the eyes. All the while still aware of the rhythm of your breathing. And now on the next exhale, begin to lengthen the exhale just a bit, not much. Breathing in, breathing out, extending the breath out just a bit. And each time you do, letting yourself settle even more, beginning to settle. Yep, just like that. And as you settle, your breath becomes longer. At a certain point, it will just feel natural to allow the eyes to stay closed. And when they do, allowing yourself to settle even more deeply. Settling deeply into yourself now. Good, and before we start, just allowing yourself to receive. Turning your attention to your ability to take in care, to take in goodness. Allowing yourself to receive. It's like there's a cup or a bowl inside of you, making sure it's upright and open so you can take in goodness, take in care. Making that adjustment now. And we'll count up to 5. And when we get to 5, we'll create a scene. 1 being lifted up by a warm, comfortable cloud. This cloud supports you and transports you. 2, just drifting along on this warm, comfortable cloud. 3, 4, so very warm and comfortable. And 5, there, arriving at your safe place for you as a young child. Allowing yourself to be a young child in your safe place. This place could be based on your imagination, or it could be based on a memory, or a combination of the two. Allowing yourself to be in your safe place for you as a young child. And as you get a sense of this place, you can even begin to move around, placing yourself as a young child. Maybe there's an area, some circumstance or context that feels even safer, even more comfortable. Make that adjustment now. And in a moment, just the right ideal parent figures are going to come into the scene. They don't intrude or hover. They're not based on anyone you know, not based on your family or parents of origin. These are ideal parent figures suited to you in every way, to you and your nature. Get a sense of being with them there. How carefully attuned they are to you. Soon you will really begin to feel what it's like to be with these ideal parents. How carefully attuned they are to you, to your inner experience, your state of mind. And yet at the same time, there's something really different about them. They're not at all worried about you having to pay close attention to them or take care of them in any way. They're just carefully attuned to you. Yes, just like that, getting a sense of how easy it is to just be there as a young child, knowing they're paying attention to you, and it feels good. And if you ever get caught up, worried about whether you're paying attention to them or thinking of somebody else, they just gently, calmly help you bring you back to your own inner experience, your own inner state, still carefully attuned to you. Maybe they're making comments or letting you know some way, somehow, that they're really there with you. And you don't have to worry about them at all. They're just there with you. Get a sense of how good that feels to just be in your experience, to be yourself, in whatever you may be feeling. They're just focused on you, attuned to you. And you can sense that they're picking up on your emotional experience, your inner states, whether they're subtle or intense. They really get it. And all the while, they just help you stay in your experience. And they're there with you, attuned, sensitive, responding to you in just the right ways. And the more you settle into your own inner experience, the more it feels like your base of operation, your home, is yourself. You're inside of your own experience, anchored in it. And it really feels good to just be there, knowing they're out there, paying attention to you, attuned. And as you get a better sense of this, just notice where your mind is, where your attention is. Whether it's inside of yourself, or if it's inside of somebody else, wondering about some other person. Just note that to yourself, where your mind is. No right or wrong answer. That's right, noting whether your attention is focused internally or externally. And if you notice yourself focused more externally, just like always, these ideal parents are carefully attuned to you, helping you come back to your own experience. Maybe there's some gentle reminder, something they signal, some way they're being with you that just lets you know it's okay to come back to yourself, to be in your own experience. And as you settle back into yourself, you really get a sense that you're not alone. They're right there with you, attuned, attentive, responding to you, moment by moment. Even subtle experiences, maybe even experiences you're not picking up on yourself, you can see reflected back and responded to by the ideal parents. as you settle even more into yourself, you begin to get a sense of a familiar feeling, maybe a feeling that's always there in the background. This really familiar feeling. See what it is. Maybe it's a kind of worry, kind of sadness, whatever it may be. Tune into that familiar feeling now. Yes, like that. And in a moment, you're going to see these ideal parents responding to you. They see it with you. They're right there. And they're emotionally responsive to you in a way that's immediately settling you, calming, comforting you, reassuring you. And you can feel their soothing and comforting in whatever way feels right to you. Maybe a gentle touch, reassuring words, their body language. Something about the way they're being with you feels just right. So that even that old familiar experience begins to shift and move. And something new happens. Maybe you begin to feel more and more settled. More calm. And with these ideal parents there, it's okay to be settled. It's not a problem if you're feeling calm. And there's nothing you have to do or anybody to take care of. You're just free to be yourself just the way you are. Get that sense of relief, what it's like to just be yourself now, knowing all the while they're right there with you, somewhere right there with you. And you can really tune into that so much so that you even forget to worry. Forget to worry what state you're in, whether somebody is out there or not. You just know they're always there with you. And how good that feels, how settling that is. And maybe a different kind of energy begins to emerge now. As that anxiety, the worry, or whatever it may be begins to settle, a new kind of energy emerges. And these ideal parents pick up on that, and they know just what it is. And if the circumstances change, the scene changes, that's okay. Maybe you're wanting to explore, discover, play, rest. Your ideal parents are right there, attuning and responding to your changing inner experience, to your wants and desires in a way you've always wanted somebody to. And as you explore, you can leave the ideal parents behind or they stay with you. You're allowed to explore in different ways. You can explore your inner world, who you are, the outer world, what's out there. It's all okay. Your ideal parents aren't threatened by you wanting to explore in this way. They want you to do it. They want you to figure out who you are and what you're about. Developing that strong, healthy sense of self. Really tune into that, how encouraging and supportive they are. Yet they never do it for you. You can really feel like you can lead and choose the direction of exploration, and they're right there every step of the way supporting you. Yet they're never doing it for you. Good. And now making a deep impression what that feels like to explore, to pursue, whatever it is you're pursuing. Make a deep impression of the effects this has on you, your state of mind, your bodily sense, so it stays with you. And even as this meditation winds down, these ideal parents stay with you. They're right there with you. Always, always available. Responsive. Now letting that scene begin to wind down until it reaches a natural ending point. Finding your way out of there. Meanwhile, we'll count backwards from 5 to 1. And when I reach 1, you'll be fully awake and settled. 5, beginning to awaken. 4, 3, 2, and 1, coming back, opening the eyes, fully awake and settled, just taking a look around. Bringing that to a close now.